Media.
Hi, my name is Ronnie Cruz. After almost 2 decades as a career network marketer, I realized that despite continual work on my personal and professional development, that I had hit a massive brick wall. So I took a deep and honest look at myself, top to bottom, hoping to find answers, and my search led me to one conclusion. The definitions I held of my business, of my world, of my life were the very things holding me back. If I wanted to change, if I wanted to grow beyond my current circumstances, I had to wipe the slate clean and redefine. This show is dedicated to helping you identify the belief systems, the mindsets, the very definitions that have held you back, and then help you break through those limitations to finally create the life you've been working so hard to achieve. Welcome to the Redefine Podcast. All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Tuesday. Well, it's not actually Tuesday. It's Monday as of this recording, but I'm releasing this episode on Tuesday, so happy Tuesday. I got to admit, I'm a little bit behind with banking my episodes. I usually have about a week in advance recorded, but my focus and attention have been primarily on my event that's coming up on May 4, 5, and 6, the Redefine Network Marketing event. It's not too late to register. You still got a couple days, so go to ronniecruz.com/redefine if you want to register. So all my attention has been put on that event and making sure that it goes as good, well, not even as good, that it goes the best it possibly can, right? That I put on the best event that I possibly can. So all my efforts are going into that. And so I'm a little bit behind with content. However, that's what I want to talk about today, right? Today and tomorrow, I want to talk about putting on your first paid course or your first paid event, putting out your first paid offering. It's, there's a lot to consider. There's a lot of moving pieces for sure. And I'll talk about that tomorrow. But today, I just want to talk about the emotional journey, right? Because this is one of the most important things to consider, I think, and to raise your awareness around, because your level of awareness will determine whether or not you actually see this thing through, right? Your level of awareness of your emotional state as you're putting on this, as you step into this foreign territory is really, really important. For me, okay, so let me just explain to you how I'm feeling right now. It's sheer panic. Yeah, sheer panic right now. I have so much anxiety. I'm absolutely, panic attacks every hour on the hour, mini ones, but still panic attacks. So there's that, right? Like complete lack of zero confidence at all. Questioning whether or not I'll be able to do it, whether or not I'll be able to deliver what my attendees are actually paying for, all these doubts and fears that's happening. And then I'm also the polar opposite as well, right? On the emotional spectrum, I have supreme confidence that it's going to be absolutely fantastic, right? As I continue to kind of tweak and refine and put the finishing touches on the course and on the slides and on the event itself, I'm like, man, this is going to be good. This is going to absolutely blow their minds, and I'm going to crush it. I'm absolutely going to crush it. So I'm vacillating between these two polar opposite extremes. It's normal. I want to let you know it's normal. It's normal. And I'm used to it, right? I'm used to it. Whether with these paid offerings or with the free offerings or really with anything, right? I'm constantly thrusting myself and throwing myself into unknowns and into uncertainty that I'm used to this emotional roller coaster. Now, it's definitely higher, more extreme with this particular event because it's a paid course, right? Like there's a little bit less risk with the free courses, but with this one, given that it's a paid course, the stakes are definitely higher, and so I want to make sure I deliver the best quality content that I absolutely can, as well as making sure that they get what they paid for. Beyond that, right? Like I want to over deliver. It's really, it's high stakes, but it's still the same version of that emotional journey that I go through. And it's normal. The thing is, like, again, I'm used to it because I've done it so often and I've been through it so much. And it's not to say that you should be get used to being in negative states of emotion all the time. That's not the message here. The message here, just be accustomed to the fact that your brain is going to want to resist you going through this thing, right? Because what I've seen happen is I've seen people who are unprepared for this emotional roller coaster hit this point where they're getting closer and closer to launching their dream and launching their offering and completely turning their life around. But it's so strong of a negative emotional reaction at that point that they actually just turn around and retreat, right, and then throw in the towel, and then they never end up following through with the things that they want to follow through with, right? They never end up achieving the dream, right? So I share this experience with you because I want you to know that it's normal to be scared. It's normal to have doubts. It's normal to have complete lack of confidence. It's normal to even have high levels of anxiety, right? It's just part of stepping into something that you've never done before. Now, one of the things that I'll talk about tomorrow is kind of easing your way in, and that's helped me a lot. Obviously, over the years, as I said, I've been in the teaching space a long time as a network marketing professional, as somebody who's led my organization, more than 10 years now, and of course, with the free offerings that I launched this year, the influencer masterclass and then network marketing in the digital age seminar that I did multiple times, I kind of eased my way into it. But I also, again, the main thing that I want you to look out for and the main topic for today's conversation is the emotional roller coaster. I'm accustomed to it because I've been through it a lot in my career. And I know, and this is not just even business and entrepreneurism and marketing, even with my acting and music career, there's always going to be doubts because you're doing something you've never done before, right? The brain wants you to stay in the perceived safety and the perceived comfort and stability. That doesn't exist. And even if it does for you right now in your life, your dreams, whatever it is that you set out for, don't live there, right? Your dreams and your goals and the things that you aspire to live outside of that comfort, live in that zone of mystery, in that zone of unknown and uncertainty. And so you got to get used to feeling really nervous about stepping into an area of life that you know nothing about. And it's okay. It's okay. What I do is then when I feel that high anxiety and panic, to be honest, like sheer panic, is I ground myself. I recenter myself. Literal grounding, if you want to do that, that helps. But what I do is I step away from my work, take a couple of deep breaths, walk around the room if you need to. It's just shifting of energy, right? Go outside if you want to go outside and take a walk, be out in nature, take some really deep cleansing breaths, and then come back in and remind yourself why you're doing this in the first place, right? Because that's really the most important thing, to be able to face the tremendous amounts of discomfort that you face when you're making changes and when you're stepping into something new. You have to have a strong enough reason why you're doing it, right? And I know it sounds corny and cliche, and everybody talks about your why in personal development, but there's a reason why everybody talks about your why in personal development. You have to have a strong enough purpose and reason behind why you're doing this thing in the first place. Otherwise, you'll never be willing to face the levels of discomfort that you need to face to make those changes, right? So it's just part of the journey. It's just a normal part of the journey. You'll experience this as you step into, putting on your first paid offering. You really will, because this is as high as the stakes get, right? And so for me, I'm confident that once I get through this, it's game on. We're off to the races, right? Now that I've started making money, and I know I can charge for the content that I'm going to deliver. And by the way, I am going to over deliver. Knowing that after this event that I have over delivered and that I can create income with my knowledge, sharing that with people, then it's game on. Until then, of course, there's a high level of anxiety and doubt and fear and hesitation. But I know, I'm confident enough in myself that I can figure it out and that the event will be good regardless, right? So that's my message. It's going to be an emotional roller coaster. Everything new that you face, especially your paid offerings, but understand that emotional roller coaster is just part of the ride. It's just part of the ride. So that's my message for today. Of course, we'll continue this conversation tomorrow. So until then, be well, be safe, We'll see you in the next episode.